There have got to be so many videos about BlakeBarbieDoll out there, but this one is a little different. See, I'm making this video for BlakeBarbieDoll because we've had conversations about this subject and I wanted to hear what I'm saying before we have that paramount main talk. Also, I made this video because I wanted a second opinion. I'm not wrong often, but it doesn't exempt me from being so. Blake, we all know you're a wonderful person. Yes, yes, yes. But you don't love black men the way you say you do. In fact, I'll go as far as to say you hate us. I'm not saying you hate a good number of us. I'm saying you hate the general population, all of us. I'll explain what I mean. Alright? You don't talk about black men a lot in your videos unless it's a retort or a response to what someone said or did. But when the subject does come up, there are no pleasantries involved. You have said you love black men. I did hear you say it once, but what you say and what you do, they contradict profoundly. Every group of men does good, productive things. And they also do negative things, right? That's what it means to be human. But you seem fixated on the most negative aspects of bad black men, while at the same time uplifting the great aspects of good Jewish men. I said this to your sister, for every 4 good things you had to say about a Jewish man, you put in 1 negative thing about a man from another race, sometimes passively inferring it to mean black men included. As a source proving this, I encourage everyone to visit your video to YouTube's Black Mafia starting at the 5:20-minute mark. Alright? This is a problem because by you saying that you love black men when you really don't, it kind of gives you a license to say whatever you want about us while giving the perception that you make these statements for the betterment of the black community as a whole. When what you're really doing is showcasing the nastiest qualities of black men and giving black women a reason to dislike us as much as I feel you have disliked us. Now, I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about black men in your family. I'm talking about the black men you don't know, the general population. You said you love black women and Jewish men as well. But see, I feel that. You do love them. You say it over and over. You make videos praising them. And then you also say you love black men, and that's where it gets annoying. That's where it's irritating because you don't give black men the same kind of love you do these other 2 groups. In fact, I'll say you don't give black men any love whatsoever. Especially the Jewish men, because no one can argue your love for Jewish men or the black sisters, because when you love BlakeBarbieDoll, when you love hard. You know, you're very passionate about it. You're very vocal about it. You know, a lot of people, yourself included, think that this is what the disagreement with you is about. Your crusade to unite single Jewish men with single black women, and it's not that. Because that notion in and of itself is not threatening to a black person, to any given black person of any gender. I'll tell you why. No sane black person would be worried about a Jewish person dating their black counterparts within the black community. It's rather your willingness to do all of this, to say all of this at the expense of a black man. Right? I feel that you don't want black women to pursue this in the name of love, but in the name of spite and necessity. So what you're saying is, why not give up on black men? There's a much superior option. So you're comparing us in a way that's biased. At least it's balanced though, because I've never heard you say anything bad about bad Jewish men, yet I've never heard you say anything good about good black men. That's how I can say you hate us all of the brothers, all of us. Though you never say it outright. Not only do you give shine to the negative aspects of black men, but you really do ignore the progress and the success of good black men, good black brothers. Like literally, you say nothing. And I'll reference your video if you cannot say something nice, where you have like a good minute of silent audio where you were supposed to say something nice about a good black man. You said you were going to say something nice. I found that video very disappointing, to say the least. What this does, okay, even though you can say time and time again that it's not all black men, it gives the illusion that there is no good black man, because if there were good black men, you'd have said something positive about them by now. Just like the way you acknowledge the existence of bad black women by showcasing their negatives. I'm sorry, bad black men by showcasing their negatives. That was kind of an ironic mistake there. No one can argue that you believe bad black men exist because you portray their negatives. And you know, they do. But good black men exist too, and you'd never know it coming from you. Back to the Jewish man, black woman crusade. Here's why it shouldn't be taken seriously, even in terms of Jewish women, black men, Jewish men, black women. You, Blake, you're not like the average black woman. You know, you speak a certain way. You're light skinned. You might even be a bit on the skinny fit side in terms of your figure. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. These are nice qualities, but it's not indicative of the average black woman who also have nice qualities. So the situation you have with Jewish men, it's not fair to take that and project it in a way that says all black women can have them just as well, as when your situation is rather unique. Alright? You can't equate your situation to the situation of the average black woman in terms of your relations to the Jewish men, or even white men, non-black men. There's a lot to consider here with Jewish men, though. How would a Jewish mother, the mother of the world's most outstanding group of men, that's what you said, how would she feel if she saw a thick, beautiful, dark-skinned black woman with her Jewish son? She wouldn't be too happy. And why is this? Because if this mother could produce the world's most outstanding group of men, she sure as hell can produce the world's most outstanding group of women, because they're raised in the same traditions by the same parents. So if it holds that Jewish men are the world's most outstanding group of men, it should follow too that Jewish women are the world's most outstanding group of women. Should it not? Well, there's no way a Jewish mother would feel that a black woman, no matter how beautiful inside and out she may be, is best for her son when there's a Jewish woman still out there. I know this because that mother is a Jewish woman herself. What would a Jewish man choose? What would any man choose? But we're talking about Jewish men here. His lover or his mother? But you already know this Jewish-black relationship stuff won't fly. That's why the black man is here. See, that's why the comparisons between Jewish men and other races of men are there, because despite how great you make Jewish men out to be, you can't make Jewish men seem desirable to single black women on their own merit. So enter the black man. Well, you say, Exclusiv King, black men do it too. Black men uplift other women and punish their own. To this I say, you're absolutely right. I see it. But you know, black women, you know you can get on somebody's last nerves. But everybody knows that there's no substitute for you. There's no substitute for a black woman in the eyes of a black man. But just because these other black men are doing that, it doesn't mean that when Blake does it, it's suddenly okay. Anyway, if you didn't know why people took issue with you, this is why. Don't say you love black men when you obviously don't. And don't use this video as a means to turn the other cheek and start saying nice things about us, because it'd be forced. Not that you do it anyway. Besides, we really don't need it. All we need for you to do is talk about Jewish men and black women. You know, keep the other men of other races out of it, especially the black men. We don't need to hear any more comparisons. Please spare us your comparisons, because you're very biased. And you know what? I've seen Logician 3, Mr. Chicago's Finest 1975, Kid Brother is Watching. I've seen them all protect you and stand up for you against other kinds of black men. Yet you've only acknowledged Glorious Battle and by name and by race when he did it. So I think you have issues. It's clear that you hate black men, and I invite anyone to argue against this claim. I really do. Blake, even though you hate us, we still love you. I'm not saying you can't change, but there's something wrong with your message. Something very wrong. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong.